All right, guys, so welcome back to Mudline Motorsports. Just wanted to do a quick video on the KX450F. As you can tell, it's kind of stripped down right now. A couple weekends ago, went out riding, took a fall, had everything stock on this bike besides the suspension. So everything stock. The rental bars, when I fell, they twisted a little bit. So took a spill, twisted it, broke the twisted the bars, broke the throttle tube, and got it back to the house. Got on motorsport.com, started ordering parts. I was just gonna get the handlebars. Next thing you know, I got a $500 cart. So I'm sure everybody's been there, but basically I just wanted to show you what the bike looks like now and what it's going to look like afterwards. So basically with this bike, we went with the Wyndham high-rise fat bars. So they sit a little higher. They're better for taller riders. I'm like 6 foot. And I decided to keep this as a personal bike. So I kind of wanted to set it up for me. Still might end up selling it, but as of now, I've kind of fallen in love with the KX. So the fat bars, the new throttle tube, we went with breakaway arc levers. They're the composite material, you know, the ones that are supposed to be unbreakable or whatever. I've used them in the past. I like them. Got a lot of friends that run them. Pretty good levers, and they're not terribly expensive. So front brake lever, clutch lever, the arc breakaways. I got the new grips of, I think, half waffles. Yeah, the half waffle grips. And then what else did we do? We did quite a bit. Chain slides, so new chain slides, new chain, new front sprocket, new rear sprocket. Did all Renthals, did a DID chain. Went with a Dunlop MX33. It's like a soft intermediate. It's not ideal for the terrain here in Pennsylvania. However, it is what it is. I try to stay at the track, you know, as much as possible. And it is a little softer there. So a little bit of sand and kind of muddy a little bit. Not too hard packed. So went with the MX33 Dunlop. We're gonna throw that on. What else? So new chain slides, new chain, new front and rear sprocket, all new levers, new grips, new bar. That's everything. Okay. New air filter. So that came in, the twin air filter. And then also, this wasn't with Motorsport, but I did the, I went with Bling Graphics. I believe they're a European company, but they have some sick designs. So they make an awesome kit for the cowing. So I got it all custom out. We're going to put that on as well. So we'll give you an idea of how much time we got into it, do some before and afters, maybe some midway points on some things. But it's all very easy. This is just customizing your bike to meet your preference. But it's a few things, and I think it's going to turn out really well. So I just wanted to include you guys. And other than that, stay tuned. It's going to be pretty cool. Should come out really nice. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll jump back on here whenever it's finished. All right, guys, so welcome back. This is the old sprocket. It really wasn't that bad. You can see that some of the tips are starting to curve just a little bit. It's not really bad at all, but when I took the new one out of the pack just to compare it, you can see how much more solid these are. So you have to pull the front sprocket off in order to get the chain slide out. So this old chain slide here, this one was worn down, so I went ahead and pulled it off. And whenever I tried to pull it off with the sprocket on, I forgot you have to take the front sprockets off because it comes out this way. A lot of people would just cut it. I mean, you can easily cut it. It's just a really thick plastic, but if you want to save it or whatever, or just do it right, you pull the front sprocket off. So I'll pull the front sprocket off, got the slide out, put the new slides in, and then just wanted to show you the difference putting the new sprocket on. And then basically I wanted to mention that it's a good idea to put some like anti-seize or something on, either on the actual stud itself or the bolt on the inside of the bolt. So once you put your retainer plate here on, and or your locking plate, just put the bolt on with a little anti-seize. Always helps because this is a very commonly replaced part. So there's an update, and we'll keep rolling, and I'll loop you guys back in a second. All right, guys, so the rear sprocket, the chain, front sprocket, new chain slides, new chain guide, all went on really well. Took a little bit longer just to get the adjustments right. I was trying to get the axle and the rear tire as far back as I could, and I only got it about halfway of where I really wanted it, but it is what it is. I didn't really want to spend a bunch of more time on it. So the chain's gonna stretch. It's a brand new chain, so the more it stretches, the further back I'll be able to get the tire. But it's at a good setting right now, nice and straight, really, really smooth. Sweet. So moving on to the bars. So basically these are the stock bar mounts. The stock bars would go through here, or the rental bars would go through there, and then you'd cap them off. Well, the kit that I got by Turner is going to rise it up. So instead of it just being a cap, it's going to raise it up, and I believe it's a 1-inch rise. Yeah, 1-inch rise. So they'll go on like so, and then they have their own caps. That cap splits off, and then you can see the hole. It's actually kind of offset, and these kind of marry up with the fat bars that I'm putting on it, because the style of fat bar, it's cool because with the offset you can kind of angle them and everything right. So I'll get into a little bit more detail once I have it fully put together, but this is a good kit. I've ran it before. Turner makes some really good products. So it's not a big rise, but being a taller rider, this is going to help out a lot. So we'll start getting the bars on, and then I'll bring you back on so you can see kind of where we're at through the process. All right, guys. So basically I just wanted to do a quick run through on what all we did. But yeah, we just finished up the controls. So breakaway levers are on, grips are on, everything's nice and tight. The bar pad is on. Let's see. Throttle is nice and snappy. We just got done doing an oil change, and what did I do? Oil change, oil filter, and then there's a new air filter as well. So I oiled that up and put that in. But basically, so just to recap, we did Renthal front and rear sprockets. Rear sprocket was 51 tooth, and the front was a 13. Again, I just did the base settings on that. So 1351 is what I'm running. I got the DID gold plate chain on it. I got the Pro Taper fat bars, the Wyndham RM mid with the Turner bar mounts and risers. So that whole system came out pretty good. I've sat on the bike. I haven't rode it yet, so I just sat on it. Feels really, really comfortable. I'm pretty excited about it. We did the breakaway levers, and other than that, I mean, that was really it. We did, of course, the chain slides, and then I replaced the chain guide and the stock housing. I had a aftermarket chain guide, but it was actually heavier than stock, so I just replaced the plastic insert on the stock one, and then just put it back on. So I'm trying to get this bike a little bit lighter now that I'm about 205 pounds now. I'm trying to get down to 195, just back in riding shape. So any weight that I can take off the bike is, you know, really gonna add up.